It's the guy with hobbies.
I am Noxiddar!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome to our next reaction in the One Piece anime, episode 38. Before we begin, I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what we talked about in the last reaction video, that I'd like to go with single reaction episodes going forward for a little while so that I can build up my backlog, not just of recordings, but because they're a lot faster to edit, I can also have more videos scheduled. And I was sitting there thinking about that, and I thought, you know, a great thing about it is that I can actually get to a point where I can start putting edited videos together and making like super cuts or super reactions or mega reactions, maybe, if that's what you want to call it. Because when I was trying to do it as a single recording last time, I found that the longer I go in a single recording session without taking like a break, getting up and stretching, the less I react in the later episodes, which also means more content is cut, things that you do want to see. And I want to give you like decent, meaningful reactions for really each episode. But at the same time, I also am thinking, well, if I get really far ahead in recordings and uploads, that maybe we can start bringing back 2-3 episode reactions. But what they would be is they would be episodes I'd already edited, and so you would be getting 3 meaningfully edited for content reactions where I'm giving my best in every episode, and it should make for better content overall. And that's kind of the goal that I would like to work to. I'm not going to put a timetable on it. I realized really quick after getting my butt kicked by sickness and then taking a few weeks to be like, now is the time to make sure this never happens again. Let's take a couple more weeks to record as much as we can before we show our face back to the internet. Yeah, I don't want to put a timetable on it, but I do think that I'm very excited to see what that looks like when we actually get to that place that we can do it. So thank you all for being patient. Thank you for not being patient. If you're not, I really enjoy the extra, you know, interactions. I don't know. This is so weird because I'm bulk recording all of these things before the videos have actually gone up. So I'm kind of preemptively just whatever kind of conversation comes from this, look, we're gonna have it, okay? And I thank you for it, whatever it happens to be. But that being said, I got so hyped up from the last episode. Luffy's banging down the gates. We just had the walk to Arlong Park, got to listen to Overtaken. Everything was so exciting, and we just left off of Luffy asking for Arlong by name. The moment has come. I feel like the storm is gathering and everything's about to just blow over. It's going to be so good. Although, doesn't blowing over mean the storm's going to like leave? Whatever. Like the thunder has... Anyways, alright, here's our next reaction for episode 38 of One Piece. Oh yeah, here it is. Blow down that gate. Haha. Get him. Oh, he's got the whole village behind him. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're just picking up where we left off. This is great. Yeah. It's the guy with hobbies. He didn't even give them any of his attention. Well, I mean, except for that. But like his focus is on Arlong. That's so cool. Yeah. Oh. Woo. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Of course not. That's way too easy. I don't think I've ever been that mad before. Such a cool moment. I kind of wish in the live action we would have seen it play out during the daytime as well. kind of matched the lighting. I guess on the timeline of events, it made more sense. Yo! True story, the only time I've ever heard somebody call somebody else an idiot in Japan like that was when I was teaching at a spa onsen resort for a workshop for an all-girls high school. And that was so much fun. There was this girl, she was called Big Mac. She's this little tiny thing, but she always hung out at McDonald's every day. And she was like totally gangster like that. And so she put that same inflection on it when she would go up to one of her friends. Baka. And I remember one day I was sitting at the workshop having dinner, and she sits down by me, and she's just like a total, like, remember what I said earlier? Like, I can't stand kids with like that, like, tough talking attitude, but this just cracked me up because it was just so out of character, or at least it appeared so like out of sync with her character. And she looks at me and she kind of just looks at me while I eat for a little bit, and finally she says, "English is too difficult." And I look at her, being the educator that I am. I'm here to inspire confidence in my students. No. English is no, it's not too bad. If you study, English will be so easy. Not a problem. And she just looks at me again. And then finally she goes, she holds out two hands. Make sure they're in frame here. Not like this close. She had them out. And she goes like this. She goes, "Get a plate. Get up late." And that's all. And then she just went back to looking at me and just waiting. And I sat there for a minute and I thought about it, and I'm like, get a plate. Get up late. And I was like, I looked at her. You're right. English is hard. And yeah. Back. Yeah, that's probably what she was thinking when she saw me right there. Just the same inflection like Sanji had. That's so great. I love how nobody here has actually like commented on the fact that Luffy with one punch just put Arlong clear on the, on his back. He's literally got his back pressed up against the wall because of the efforts of Luffy. And like everybody else is just kind of like, yeah. Okay. Everybody's a tough talker. Everybody's a Big Mac. Okay, yeah, okay. Finally, thank you. Should have just watched it a little longer. Now, I've been called an idiot with that same inflection. That guy. Is it Momu? Is that the name of it? I forgot. It's been so long. Like I said, I have the memory of a goldfish, so if I remember anything at all, you should really pat yourself on the back because I did it. Yeah, I got it. All right. Momu, more like Boo Boo. You see that thing? Poor guy. No desire to fight. Oh, Momu. Oh, wow. He's so scared. Yo, here we go. Yeah. So this is okay. So this is what he was inspired by. Oh wow. I love how chaotic this is. I love chaos. Not like in real life, but in stories. That was amazing. Oh my god, he took everybody out. Zoro told you to get out of there. He had your back, don't worry. That's a good start. That's a good start to our fight, yeah. Just start by wiping everybody out. Yeah. You know, I just realized, like, with the way these villagers are talking, just how cool it is to you know, they've seen like the kind of prowess and power that the fishmen possess, but then to actually see that just like kind of like raw power coming from not a fishman but a human, and just like it's always very subtly addressed, but just how magical everything must be when you think you understand the rules of the world, and then right before your very eyes, those rules are just broken. You know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like first contact with aliens, just how wild that would be with an extra. Alien has such like a negative connotation to it. With extraterrestrials, right? Like in a first contact scenario, how their levels of their abilities would seem magical, almost godlike to us, and how these mere mortals going to defend their village are literally watching a clash of like these divine like gifts and abilities among these ordinary humans, and then these like monstrous fishmen. It would be so cool to be there watching that, don't you think? But like everybody's just in this kind of like a state of awe and reverence that I don't think it ever like finds its weight there. I'd be curious to see, watching in other villages, if or other islands that are visited, other cities, if that ever seems to be addressed, or if it's just like kind of met with the same hushed, you know, almost reverence. But it is, just thinking about it, just how magical seeing something like this play out, you know, before your very eyes must be. Oh. Yeah. Gonna cook that one up. I'm sorry, that's probably awful, but that was funny. And surely you'd help him out if he crushes him like that. I guess the moment that I've been waiting for, as we revisit whether or not I believe Luffy is an idiot, when even his own crew is very vehemently stating it. I must relent because, and I didn't say it because I didn't want people to like talk ahead of where we were. I when the moment happened, I said I would point it out, and I guess it kind of did to some extent. And it was actually Usopp that pointed it out. When Luffy was swinging around the big sea beast, and he could have potentially done damage to his own friends. It was kind of, I mean, it was cool in the moment because it was like this big stroke of creative genius. But unlike the other instances where you could kind of explain away his actions, like, yeah, I mean, they were all really close. Thankfully, they all made it out safely and unscathed. But Usopp did raise a good point. Like, you know, it could have brought a lot of harm to us. And to me, that is like the hallmark of an idiot who does things that are dangerous to those around him. Dang. So I don't want to say, like, again, in his totality of being, he is an idiot, but that was definitely an idiotic thing to do right there. I'll give you that. But, man, he's also a lovable idiot. And I love watching this. This is so great. Okay. That's enough pausing. Let's get back to it. He's not bothered by the fact they were called a gang. Now that is an insult. Oh, I love just that stretching leather sound of like settling in. That's so good. He's picking his nose. Taco. Yeah, we've talked about that, haven't we? True. What? That blade looked really tiny when he pulled it out. What? Maybe it's just the angle. Yo, that moment of bravery, let's go. Listen, all you need is one moment to be brave. Oh, ow. Yeah, bite him back. Oh man, that has to be so terrifying. Oh, here we go. We're building up to it. At least Luffy will get clean, right? He's not still covered in ink. Yeah, see? Silver lining. I mean, that part's bad. But getting clean, that's nice. 5 seconds. Why 2 fingers up the nose? Oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh, it's amazing because like I feel like so much from an action standpoint happened to establish the situation, and yet at the same time I feel like nothing has happened. We're still uncertain as to what's gonna happen. We still are sizing up our showdown. Now the showdown is expanded for each one of the Straw Hat crew to be facing off and scoring off with the Fishmen. So, oh man, there is something just magical about the way, right, that Mayumi Tanaka, the way she incorporates the sound effect with the vocal performance, and especially the fact that the sound effects that she's doing are like, indicative of rubber themselves. It's just like, man, the show is so magical. And even though no one's really pointing out how magical things are, like, it is. It's just, it's incredible. It's incredible to see just the kind of intelligent problem solving that Oda can dispense at just any given moment to keep things fresh and interesting and just keep your attention laser focused on what's going on. I can't wait for the next episode. But alas, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciated it. I hope to see you in the next one. That's all the time for me. This is Noxiddar. Ow. We'll see ya.